Hey there, Saggy, my fellow Sagittarians. Happy birthday. If you're born in December, this is your reading for December 2020. Boy, what a year this has been, huh? And it is culminating with a pretty big deal in the skies. And my son and I were outside last weekend, and you could very clearly see this happening, and that is Jupiter conjunct Saturn. They're going to be the closest they've been in 20 years. It's absolutely, whether you believe in astrology or follow it, just going outside. Of course, astrology is based on where things are in the sky. I mean, that is real. The um, constellations are real. The planets are real. Obviously, that's all real. So that is really a beautiful thing to see in the sky. Let me back up. So on December 14th, we have the new moon, obviously in Sag. The new moon's always in the sign. It's in that month. December 21st, the solstice. What's really interesting is my birthday is December 21st. It's actually my 50th birthday. Happy birthday to me. Lucky me for making it to 50, I'll tell you that much. I appreciate it. This year, we go from Sagittarius to Capricorn on December 20th, but I know I'm a Sagittarius, even being born on the 21st. However, so this Jupiter Saturn conjunction in the sign of Aquarius. So I was just reading up on this. I'm not an astrologer. It's just something I dabble in. So watch a real astrologer if you really want to get into it and see where it is, or look at your birth chart or whatever. But this conjunction has been previously, I think they said, for 200 years in an earth sign, and now we're moving into an air sign. And then we have the full moon on the 30th in Cancer. So that'll be pretty cool to have. I know New Year's celebrations probably, hopefully, won't exist really, not at least in person, come up with creative ways. But this is what Aquarius does. Aquarius comes up with inventive ways to do things. So don't count our Aquarians out. When I was doing the channeling, I got I got some just very broad things, but I'm really seeing this. So Jupiter, it's what rules our sign, right? It's expansive. It's let's do it, let's go. Just very, very lucky and positive, and everything's gonna be okay, and let's just make things happen. Um, and then at Saturn, which is Capricorn, right? It's interesting. It's happening right when we transition from Sag to Capricorn. So from Jupiter to Saturn. Saturn is the adult of the zodiac. These people are born adults. Obviously, it depends on their chart, and it can be a real burden for these people sometimes, because they are so responsible. It can be difficult for them to let loose like we can. And of course, people ruled by Jupiter, can let loose way too much, right? So we're on the other end of the spectrum. That's why temperance is the card. That's what we're striving for as Sagittarians. And in the tarot, it's a temperance card, is that balance. So, what are our big dreams or our things we do in excess? And then Saturn says, whoa, whoa, we have to be responsible, and we have to moderate things, and we have to have a plan. We can't just fly by the seat of our pants all the time, Sagittarius. So this balance of these two somewhat opposite energies, this fire and this earth, how do we ground ourselves but still have fun and be able to let loose and dream and be positive and not be burdened by this adulting, these responsibilities? How do we find that balance? And it's hard, but I think the key lies in the Aquarius energy. Let's bring our brain into this, but not just a brain, an inventive, think outside the box brain of how can we do both? How can we make this work for us and use it to our advantage and make it a lucky thing? Um, so trying to figure those things out in different situations in our lives. Now, a real astrologer will tell you which house this is falling in. And so I really encourage you to check out your favorite YouTuber astrologist and see how it's really going to even drill down more about that. So I was doing my channeling. The first thing that came up was so funny. We had just been in November, obviously, which is Movember, and a lot of guys, at least around, or well, I could probably grow a mustache, but people who can grow facial hair are growing their facial hair, and but it's kind of a joke. I worked with this one guy, and he knew his girlfriend hated his mustache. I didn't like it either. It was like because he would do all these. It was a joke. We used to joke with each other, and he would grow a mustache is so ridiculous and do crazy things with it. And I just see this playfulness with someone in your life, this someone teasing you, someone doing something to be silly, someone um, just having fun with some of the more simpler things in life. And of course, November is about men's health, so there's a positive thing behind it. I kept seeing mountains, and I can't remember. There was someone else. Oh, I could look actually because I have my notes. Someone, no, but what we do have is a mask again coming up for us, which I know in these times seems like, yeah, everyone's dealing with masks and seeing masks, but it didn't come up for other people in November. Before last month, the mask was about revealing someone, seeing someone's true side, good or bad, doesn't mean I didn't have it either way. But I guess it's just saying even in my state, they're not allowing multi-families to get together because we've had a huge spike here and we've been doing so well in Vermont. But I can still see people still getting together. Just wear your mask. Like I don't know, someone needs to hear that. If you have oh, it's fine. If you have that little voice inside your head, and it could be for anything really, going, oh, like, should I, shouldn't I? There's a strong urge to telling you to be cautious. So that Saturn side coming, yes, do be just it. All it takes is that one thing around your grandmother. You know what I mean? Um, so just listen to your intuition, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So going back to these mountains, I mean, I can't imagine this is for anyone, but I see extreme sports, especially around mountain climbing, skiing, snowboarding, um, hiking, things like that. Um, so big goals. So metaphorically, you're almost to some big goal that you've been working towards. So it would be very easy for the Jupiter energy, the fire, to start going out and to want to quit, or thinking, yeah, this isn't going to work. But Saturn's going to come in and say, no, come on, buckle down. You can do it. You can finish this. Um, so don't stop. If you're very close to your goal, you're closer than you realize, and it's just that last push on something to get through. So you can do it. I also see 3 mountain peaks. Um, like there's a smaller one, a medium, and a bigger, like the 3 bears, I guess. I don't know. Um, and for me, it may be that you've reached your goal and you thought you were there and you kind of were going down the other side. Things are getting easier, and then it could be 3 peaks of COVID, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But something about threes is important, maybe the number three. And I don't know, I keep seeing these mountains. So the mountain in the Lenormand deck is a big obstacle to overcome, something in your path, but it isn't necessarily this Saturn energy. Really, as we get near the last half of the month, is really going to help you to push through. Oh, the other thing about masks is I saw someone in the hospital, but it really felt more joyous, like so someone may be having a baby. If someone's due in January, they may be having a baby in December. This December 21st is going to be significant globally as well, which isn't really a big prediction. The astrology says that, but I really feel like that's a date you should mark in your calendar, and we may see some sort of significant event happening. Finding ways to ground ourselves, because you hear we're in Sag, and that earth energy, bringing in that earth energy with planting some herbs, even planning. If you're in the northern hemisphere and we're going into winter, planning a garden for next year, doing some things to make sure you stay grounded would be really helpful. Now, then I saw, you, you know, the visions that you would see of ghosts where they're, milky white or opaque silhouettes, more of people. I saw first a wise old man in a straw hat. It really looked like what we call an old Vermonter, and I feel like old Vermonters are growing up. We had quite a few old Vermonters in my little small town. One's name was Clescent Billadu, and he was just an old, wrinkly guy who didn't have much education and spent his whole life working on his farm. And he had this, I'm getting the chills, this wisdom and kindness and practicality. So I feel like this is again, that Saturn energy. If you have someone that's passed that just was very wise, or this could be a guide, grandparents or something like that, that they are around you, and something that you may remember this month, a phrase like, my dad used to say this. Because I also saw a stereotypical old grandmother with like the round wire rimmed glasses and the curly white hair, almost with it might be the 1700s, sort of that white hat. It's not a bonnet, but it almost has it's very round and has a tiny little rim that kind of, oh, it's almost, I guess it would kind of be like the grandmother from Red Riding Hood. I don't know what I'm saying. But again, there's that practical Saturn advice, that you may hear something, oh, my grandmother always used to say, or my mom always used to say, or I still, there are other people in my life that are still here, um, that I can still hear them in my head saying certain things. And so that is something that may happen. And I would think about that and listen to that and follow that. What's the diagram with the two circles and they come together? I can't do it. They come together and where the two circles meet. I want to say Vinda. I can't remember what it's called. You have the two circles, and then this is the common area in between. So it's saying to focus on the common ground, the common area would be really important. All right, let's jump into the cards. I liked it. I was having a lot of pain last reading, so I put something up so I didn't have to hold the cards. And now I really like that you guys can see them better, I think. Wow, is this the victory card? Where's my cheat sheet? The victory card. Yeah. Look at the prayer flags are beautiful. Someone asked me if I would use this deck the next reading. I'm happy to do that if you guys have suggestions. The victory card, homecoming, accolades. This is sometimes you could be singled out by your boss or be recognized in in a company newsletter, your local newsletter, something like that, or it could be bigger, winning something, getting a promotion, but it also could be a more internal win. That goal we were talking about, like don't stop, keep pushing. Maybe you've met some milestone, weight, exercise, saving money, paying off a bill. It really could be anything. I always like to say when this card comes up to count your own wins, and those are usually things that people don't know. I didn't eat that ice cream tonight. I didn't let this person trigger me. And why do I let this person trigger me that I don't even like or value their opinion? And this time you didn't. That's a big win. And to make sure you count those, because no one else is going to. So we need to be our own biggest cheerleader. Someone else could be cheering you on. You could do something where people clap after. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. I haven't looked at these, so let's see. Ace of Spirals. I want to check. Where's my cheat sheet? Because this deck has different. The suits are not the same. So let me just make sure I'm not saying it's wrong. So mirrors are cups. Stones are pentacles. Yeah, spirals are fire, so more fire. Okay, I'm right. Doesn't happen often. Getting our mojo back. This is that spark. In November, we had Mars going direct in the middle into Aries in the middle of the month. And so all that new fire energy, getting excited, we're getting our energy back. We may be, again, winning a new job, our entrepreneurial spirit. We may be finding a way to make develop different sources of income, start a new job, start our own business. But we get our spark back. This could be passion. We had a lot going on with Venus the last 2 months. I could see, and I think I saw that Venus might be moving into Sag, actually, from Scorpio to Sag. So a new love really expanding, at least at the beginning of the month. Passion. I feel for some of us, if you really, if you're single and you were thinking, I don't think this is going to happen for me again. I don't think I can feel this way about someone again. I don't think that's for me anymore. You've kind of resigned yourself to it not happening or not finding someone. I think this person, you could really be surprised that you could have these types of feelings again. You may be having sex. You may be, just getting back in touch with something you are passionate about that you let go. With the six of fire, even though the Six of Cups is childhood, the six being a homecoming card, it can lead back to a passion you had as a child or when you were younger that maybe you let go and you're bringing that back into your life, or someone from your past. someone maybe you knew in childhood. I don't tend to think of it as someone coming back around. We're out of Mercury in retrograde, that where it just didn't work, but maybe for whatever reason you guys weren't available at the same time, or whatever, you just never saw each other that way for whatever reason previously, but now that you're meeting again, you're both like, is there something here? Maybe you're both, with Saturn coming in, you're both more ready to be more serious at this point as well, especially as we move into the end of the month. I can see it really, it's expanding. It got pretty intense with Scorpio. It's expanding, and then things, you may start thinking, oh, let's quarantine together. Maybe we should move in together. Or maybe starting to make it more, it's becoming more grounded and homey in December. But I don't see like the passion going away. And also maybe you are allowing yourself to, maybe for a while you were denying it and shut off and closing off, but you're maybe opening up now to this person and really allowing yourself to feel things and to lean into it a little bit and open up more. Or it could be vice versa. Wow. And the Two of Wands, all fire. Look at that. Aren't these cards pretty? I love the backs of them too. The colors, I don't know, they're how they come through well on the video, but they're just these beautiful, beautiful colors. So for me, the Two of Wands is about really deciding. It kind of is reminding me of these circles. We only have a finite amount of energy. And so Saturn's going to make us more efficient. It's going to make us think about things. And that Aquarius is going to make us think about things. And okay, how can here are all the things I want. What is practical, but what is some inventive ways that I can have what I want? So it's not a having your cake and eat it too. It's not a selfish thing, but it's an inventive way of doing things, a more efficient way of doing things, a cheaper way of doing, a more economical way of doing things, and really challenging yourself to figure it out instead of, oh, I can't do that. No, let's see how I can make it happen. I'm going to figure out how to make it happen. I'm going to figure out how to bring this thing back into my life that I used to do, that I let go, that I love. Maybe I can just reinvent it in a different way and still be able to make it happen. And also, where are you putting your energy, and what is the payoff for that? We have a finite amount of energy. We have to sleep, we have to rest, and ensuring, where's your energy going, and is it going into so like this, if you're constantly trying to get people to go over here, this part, or to come over to this side, it would make a lot more sense to spend your energy in the common areas and work from there, instead of wasting energy on something that's just not going to necessarily change. Oh, I didn't look at the bottom of the deck. The Wheel of Fortune. Fortune. Look at that gorgeous card. Well, so I'll take it. That's a really nice card. Things changing, things turning, things moving. A change in fortune, which I definitely see a very positive. We're feeling really good and expansive and positive with Jupiter. Being in Jupiter, we're so comfortable there, right? Being in Jupiter, being in Sag, which is ruled by Jupiter. So the Wheel of Fortune says things are looking up, things are turning, persevere, keep going. That Saturn energy, I think, is going to help us. This is intuitively what I think. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune always, I have my incense stick back again. I don't know what the smell is. To stay centered at the wheel and be humble, be gracious, because I'm thinking of this win here. Even if you're on top, you can still stay grounded. See how you can help other people and make that win expansive, but also use it to practically help other people as well as yourself. Obviously, a strong Aries energy right here with this ram. Okay, well, this is a very long reading. Sorry. It looks like a really positive December. I think there are going to be some significant global events, obviously, with what's going on already. But I see a lot of reflection and wisdom and a real positive way to to figure out things, to practically make them happen, but being inventive and creative at the same time. Which is it's a lot of different energies coming together, but I think it can be really positive and even satisfying because there's a real creative, inventive aspect to it that I think is different and new and fresh, and that Sagittarius really, really likes the change and the challenge and the positivity and the moving forward and being able to take action and not feeling stuck. Thanks, Sag. Take care.